All right, here's our boy Joel, the legend Embiid, and it's been a weird season for him and 76ers fans. It's like, oh, VJ Edgecombe's fucking amazing. Tyrese Maxey's playing like an absolute god. Then Joel Embiid comes out on the court and he's kind of lumbering up and down. His knees and back are still always bothering them, like they kind of always do. And it was just a weird performance last night for Embiid. Embiid kind of lost the Sixers the game last night if you watch the Bulls game, and we'll get into the numbers here in a second, but basically the 76ers, they score 45 points in the first quarter alone. They score 75 points. Yeah, 75 points in the first half, and then in the second half, they only scored 36 points for the entire second half. So the 76ers, they score more points in the first quarter than they scored the entire second half of the game. They come out and Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe just come out early in the game and they're just fucking blitzing the Bulls. They can do a lot of this to a lot of teams. They just come out with so much energy between VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. Maxey scoring 40 fucking points every single game. VJ Edgecombe is just dunking on dudes and looking like the early rookie of the year up until this point, and it's amazing and it's fun to watch. And then Joel Embiid comes out there, and it's just a weird fit. Embiid can still play, but obviously his knees have caught up to him. He's kind of moving worse than he ever has, if we just call it what it is. And it's just weird with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe trying to run 100 miles an hour, and then Embiid comes in, they have to slow down and dump the ball down to Joel Embiid in the post, and it's just two opposing paces because they have to slow down for Embiid, and then Edgecombe and Maxey just want to go 100 miles an hour, and it's just a weird clash of styles in their own offense, if that makes sense. But basically, the the Bulls are down by 7 points. So the Sixers are up 7 points with 5 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game. So it's looking good for Sixers. We're up seven. VJ Edgecomb's a fucking god. Tyrese Maxey is on his way to another 40 burger. I think he finishes with 39 points. We'll just give him 40. Tyrese Maxey, I love your game. You've been playing fucking badass all season. Joel Embiid comes back in the game with 5 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game. And then in that last 5 minute and 20-second stretch, Joel Embiid takes 5 shots. He's 0 for 5 on those 5 shots. He fouls Nikola Vucevic, and it's a bad foul. Vucevic goes to the line and knocks down a couple free throws. He has a turnover as well. Nikola Vucevic steals the ball from him as well. And yeah, I mean, if you watch the game, Joel Embiid just lost the 76ers the game. Just watching the fourth quarter, there's really no other way to put it. I think Joel Embiid would admit that as well if you asked him. He did make a point just last game, not this game against the Bulls, but the game before that. Joel Embiid did come out and say that he kind of blew the game, and this game he just totally blew the game for the 76ers. Just like I was saying before, things are going so well with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe just pushing the pace, running up and down. Joel Embiid checks back in the game with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. Again, the Sixers are up 7 points at this point in time. Embiid comes in and he takes 5 shots. He's 0 for 5 in those last 5 minutes of the game, and it just felt like Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe especially. VJ's a rookie, so he's kind of gonna defer to Joel Embiid, and naturally, this dude's an MVP. This dude's dropped 70 points in a game. He's had all sorts of godlike performances. His MVP season, Joel Embiid had more. He had more points scored than minutes played. So Joel Embiid's just a spectacular player when he's healthy. But VJ Edgecombe's out there. Same thing with Tyrese Maxey. They're like, okay, the big boy's back in the game. Let's dump the ball down low. Let's get the ball to Joel Embiid and let him feast out there. But they fed him the ball, on multiple possessions, and he just gets the ball. He looks clunky out there. He can't get the ball at the free throw line. In the spot where he loves to get the ball, just give it to Joel at the free throw line. Turns around in a triple threat. He hits you with a couple pump fakes, a couple jab steps, and he might pull up at the mid range. He might pump fake and put the ball on the floor for one dribble and get to the rim and dunk on your ass in just one dribble. But he's getting the ball. He's catching it, near the 3-point line. Maybe he's one step inside of the 3-point line. And the 5 shots he takes, again, he goes 0 for 5, so he misses 5 shots in the final 5 minutes and 20 seconds of the game. He has a turnover as well, but he misses all 5 of those shots. And I can live with that as an NBA player. You're going to make shots, you're going to miss shots. But Embiid was just settling for One of the shots was a three ball. The other four shots were just long ass mid range jumpers, and it's just him catching the ball face up. Just gonna settle for this mid range jumper, and settling is just the perfect word. There's no other way to word it. He's just settling for mid range jumpers, settling for 3 point shots, and just totally took Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe out of their groove. They'd already established a great groove, and they were playing very well. The 76ers would have won the game if they didn't put Joel Embiid back into the game. I really have no doubt that Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe would have kept rolling and closed out the game, but they get Embiid back in there. Just totally throws off the flow the offense had already established. And again, he comes in with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game because the Sixers feel like they have to put Embiid into the game. They're still trying to get him rolling and get him ready. I know the playoffs aren't for a while, but just kind of get his knees back under him and get him ready for playoff time, or at least get him looking good for February. So once the playoffs come, he'll be in decent shape, to play in the playoffs and, raise the 76ers ceiling, because he's a giant ceiling raiser when he's healthy. But, I think it's about time the Sixers just need to get off of Joel Embiid. I don't think he's really tradable. His trade value is probably all-time low with all the injury concerns he's had. His knees are really shot at this point. He looks worse than he's ever looked in his career, and that's not to insult Joel Embiid. It's just sad that his body's kind of betrayed him. He's done as much as he could, and he's gotten kind of all he can get out of his body, and I just don't know if he has that much left in the tank to offer. This is not me being a Joel Embiid hater or saying, oh, you got to get out there and play Joel Embiid, you have no heart, because a lot of people will say that and question his work ethic and his heart. But I don't think it's so much that. There's stories from the 76ers locker room, like a game gets over, just a regular season game is over, Joel Embiid takes off his big-ass bulky knee brace, and his knee's like a fucking basketball. It's like a grapefruit, just gigantic. It's swollen 4 or 5 times. It's 4 or 5 times as big as a normal knee. Just has a fucking volleyball for a knee. And then, he goes and gets his knee drained. He rests up, and then he gets back out there for the game later that week or whatever it is. So it's not like he doesn't try to play through it, but, his knees are just probably bone on bone at this point. I don't think he has any knee cartilage left. And, he can only get so many more surgeries. Like I was saying, he plays a game, his knee just fucking inflates. And Joel Embiid, he knows, I'm going to go play this game. Once the game's over, my knee's going to be fucking thrashed. It probably hurts so bad. So I give Joel Embiid credit for trying to play through the injuries, but I feel like they're at a point of diminishing returns in Philadelphia. They should just get off Joel Embiid and lean fully into VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey and see what they can do with that. Because at this point, I feel like just having those two guys gives you a much better chance of being successful this season and into the future than Joel Embiid does again. Because if y'all watch the game, I hate to say it, but he came out 5 minutes left, just misses 5 shots in a row. He has a turnover, has a bad foul on Vucevic, and he was, I can't say 100% the reason, but 95% of the blame has to go on Joel Embiid for losing this game, because he comes out, you expect him to close the game, and he just misses 5 shots in a row and has a turnover or two as well. So, it's just sad for Joel Embiid and Sixers fans, but I think this iteration of the process is over. Time for the process, round 2, round 3, whatever round of the process they're on now, but just lean into VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey and start rebuilding from there. I think that's the best way for Sixers to go. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 7 million subscribers. Please let me know what you think about Joel Embiid, because again, I think he plays as hard as he can. He goes out there with his knee brace. Like I said, his knee swells up like a fucking basketball. He goes and gets it drained, gets it iced, and comes back to do it again later that week, the next week. And I'm sure it's really, really taxing on Joel Embiid's body. But please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about Embiid, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.